Hi, this is Brendan McIsaac. I'm the English supervisor at Hunterdon Central Regional High School, and I'm going to talk a little bit about our program of studies and various options and choices that can hopefully help inform your English course selections for next year. What you're looking at here is sort of our core college and career preparation sequence that moves through our freshman, sophomore, and junior year. Each of these years we do offer at our college prep, which is our standard level. We also have an honors level and an academic assistance level for students who need more guided or small group instruction. Our senior year is generally a sort of an elective year where students have a lot of different choices for how to build that year to make it the most interesting as it can be for them. Our core courses, whether it's English 1, English 2, or English 3, all use a reading writing workshop model where students go through a variety of reading units. In some cases, reading works as an entire class. In other cases, selecting from among several literature circle titles. And in other cases, engaging in completely independent reading where every student gets to choose the title that most interests them. Similarly, writing instruction is often in response or done in conjunction with the reading, giving students opportunities to write across the narrative, analytical, argumentative genres, as well as reflective writing, and really trying to leverage, excuse me, creative assignments that are authentic and reflective of real writing in the real world, using models of real texts, and also trying to leverage technology platforms by having students create things like blogs or video essays or multimedia texts. And our courses also culminate in an electronic portfolio, giving students an opportunity to reflect on the year. Similarly, speaking, listening, presentations, seminars are built into all of these courses, and as our language, vocabulary, and grammar study are all embedded as well. If you're exploring honors or AP options, first it's important to know that students can move up or down in any given year. We just ask that students consult with teachers, but if they're looking to challenge themselves, we certainly want to support that. Our Honors English 1 and Honors English 2 are based off of the CP model with more intensive reading and writing tasks interspersed throughout the year. Starting sophomore year, students can begin the capstone sequence, which consists of AP seminar and AP research. It's a 2-year sequence with an AP exam. It really is more of an open inquiry-oriented type of class where students will both individually and in small groups engage in study of topics in which they really shape the questions and help determine their exploration of those subjects, and that usually culminates in a series of presentations or written products. There is obviously an AP exam in each of those. The AP research in particular, so this sequence can start sophomore year and go into junior year, or as you can see, it can start in junior year and go into senior year. AP research is really a highly independent course where students develop a question, an inquiry question around which they actually design a research study and learn about the elements of research design, and they ultimately execute that research and put together a report and presentation that captures the findings of that authentic research. During the junior year, and this is true of junior and senior year, we have other AP courses available, AP English Language and AP English Literature. Students can take these in either order, either one as a junior or a senior. The fundamental difference is English Language and Composition, AP English Language and Composition, focuses predominantly on nonfiction and really the way that authors construct arguments or make meaning with nonfiction, topics, arguments, problems, how they construct those arguments mindful of the purpose and the audience and the way that they use rhetoric and craft and style to effectively convey those ideas and those arguments. It's a great class, for students who are intent on college, simply because it really opens up close study of language in ways that are really beneficial for future study. AP English Literature, again, you can take that as a junior or senior, focuses exclusively on fiction and the various genres of fiction, novels, drama, poetry, and like AP Language, it does study how authors make meaning, but in this case, in works of fiction. How do they create thematic meaning or thematic impressions through the elements of literature like characterization and conflict and symbols and things of that sort. So students are really learning that craft and how to analyze that craft, and that is certainly the focus of that exam as well. New for next year, we have Honors American Voices, and you'll notice here again, students can take this as juniors or as seniors. This takes the idea of the traditional American literature survey and really explores a lot of the different voices and perspectives that contribute to the totality of the American identity. So they will read diverse perspectives from diverse and more contemporary and classic authors, but really use those readings and those topics to explore the idea of what it means to be an American, what the American dream is. But it looks to be sort of an exciting new lens and a new way of looking at American literature. Seniors have some additional options here, you'll notice. They can take Honors Imaginative Process, which is a creative reading and writing course. So again, kind of like AP Literature, they're studying how authors make thematic meaning in poetry, in novels, in short stories, in plays, but they're also engaging in the creative writing process themselves. So they're composing poetry and short stories and plays or screenplays, really applying what they learn from those studies. Seniors can also take our Honors College English 1 and 2. These are co-credited courses with RVCC. Students take them here. They do use the RVCC curriculum, and they are eligible to receive the credits from RVCC. Based on the grade that they receive, I believe they need to receive a B or higher in the course, and you get the credits at RVCC as well. Certainly, that's worth looking into, and any college that you may be applying to, RVCC maintains a list of the colleges who accept those credits. So certainly potential financial savings there as students get a leg up on the college experience. New next year also is our Senior English Inquiry. This is in some ways similar to what I was talking about with AP Seminar and Research, but this is really our homegrown version of this and not one that is affiliated or is involving the AP process or AP exams. But like those AP Seminar and Research courses, this is really an opportunity for students to pursue independent studies in topics and genres and subjects and questions that they might be interested in or wanting to pursue. It could be a great complement to students who are taking courses through the Polytech or through our own academies, where they can make their reading and their writing and their research sort of support or dovetail the work that they might be doing in those areas. Or it could be something that, a student is just really interested in a particular genre or an author or a subject that they want to dive deeply into. And the teacher in this class will work with those students to really chart a path of independent inquiry and learning and sort of balance classroom processes and group processes with those highly individualized studies, ultimately culminating in a potential variety of end products that are creating artifacts, events, or products that are reflective of the learning journey that students take in that class. Some additional Senior literature choices or senior elective choices for senior year. The 5 credit courses I've largely gone over. I just haven't mentioned critical issues in literature. This is a course that really focuses on a variety of different topics and genres like dystopian literature, detective fiction, creative writing, some high interest topics in there, and in a process where students are engaged in the reading and writing right there in the classroom. A lot of discussion about the topics, the issues, and that come up in the literature that they read. Our 2.5 literature courses, keep in mind that instead of a 5 credit course, students can create a multi-course experience senior year with courses that are of interest to them, including contemporary literature, which is focused on literature of the past 20 years. So a lot of contemporary topics and titles in there. Media and literature, which really looks at the way that media is constructed, examines online media, blogs, memes, social media, and the way that those platforms sort of engage society. And then they read both fiction and nonfiction that deals explicitly with those topics. The short story is a focused study on short story writers, both classic short stories and more contemporary collections that students can choose from, also trying their hand at some mimicry and short story writing themselves. Literature and sports has a lot of just diverse and interesting reading around the way that literature and sports and society interact. So again, looking at classic texts that are sports oriented, as well as just sort of the booming landscape of contemporary sports writing, sports literature, and students will even engage in mimicking things like sports blogs or 538 analysis pieces or CBS Sports Minutes. Sci-fi and fantasy literature, obviously students who have a vested interest in sci-fi and fantasy literature will have opportunities to select and explore and discuss a variety of titles within those genres. And I previously mentioned the Honors College English 1 and 2 that are co-credited with RVCC. Other English electives that we have that can be taken at various years, creative writing, open to all grades. Here again, students are engaging in the reading and writing of poetry, short stories, flash fiction, script writing, video game writing, whatever sort of genres they might be interested in, they have opportunities to study and explore. Journalism also open up to all grades, teaching the elements of journalism, sort of the world of media and journalistic reporting, ethics, and the various elements that go into all of the aspects of different kinds of journalism, from feature writing to focus pieces. And the students who are in this class really look to partner with the editors of The Lamp Online and pursue publication there as well. Public speaking, obviously a great class to go through a series of practice presenting to the class, everything from demonstration speeches to group speeches and presentations, always a great skill set to develop. And our SAT preparation course is a general elective, and it's co-taught with math. They divide the class in half. Students spend half the time focused on the English side of the SAT and half the class focused on the math side of the SAT, and they flip-flop with the respective teachers for each of half of that course. And then the other two I already mentioned, the RVCC courses. Some of the capstone experiences, I've alluded to each of these. The seminar and research obviously can culminate in the AP capstone diploma and sort of illustrate additional AP opportunities at the high school level, but in ones that aren't subject focused, but rather inquiry focused. The College English 1 and 2 afford the opportunity to earn up to 6 credits from RVCC if you choose those 2 courses to design your senior year. It's good to point out here that English 1 is more of an expository writing course, whereas the English 2 is the literature-based course. It involves some inquiry, but it uses literature as the launching pad for topical study and inquiry that they might pursue. And then last, the Senior English Inquiry, which I said is our new program for next year. An interesting feature that we're exploring here is the ability to take it at either an honors or a CP level. So the curriculum will be delineated with sort of different enhancements and enrichment opportunities for students who are exploring it at the honors level versus the CP level. And we're also exploring the possibility of being able to switch partway through that, if you're getting comfortable or depending on the load that you might want to manage for that course in question. As I mentioned earlier, it can nicely complement individual student interests and passions or involvement in any of the Polytech or magnet programs that we may have. And that's it for me. Certainly, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out by email or phone, and I'm happy to talk about any of these offerings in more detail.